This is IMS 6 Evening News, Chicago's #1 for news, with Eddie Parker, Fianna Hatter, weather with meteorologist Christiana Slay, and sports with Robert Jarvis and Patrick Delaney. This is IMS 6 News this evening.
Good evening, I'm Eddie Parker.
And I'm Fianna Hatter. And tonight we have headlines including Illinois owes CPS over $200 million and more. Stay tuned. On Chicago's west side, 65 people were arrested during a drug bust. Ladarius Kincaid on that story.
This is IMS News. I'm Ladarius Kincaid, and as a result of a 14-month state and federal-aided drug bust, 65 people were arrested on Chicago's west side. The undercover sting, entitled Operation Sweet Dream, brought in 3.8 kilograms of heroin, 3 kilos of cocaine, nearly $400,000, and over a dozen guns, including AR-15s, Tech-9s, and multiple other machine guns. The drug bust came about when more than 70 people overdosed on heroin in a 3-day span in 2015. According to police officers and U.S. Attorney Zachary Farden, the number of people overdosing garnered a lot of attention and made undercover officers purchase small amounts of heroin in a stretch of blocks along the Eisenhower Expressway. With the heroin purchase, law enforcement determined that the heroin was being laced with fentanyl for stronger but cheaper product. For those that don't know, fentanyl is a synthetic opioid and is almost 50 times more potent than heroin. 2 milligrams of fentanyl alone could cause an overdose. To put that in perspective, the average sugar packet contains 1,000 milligrams of sugar. Farden called the sting a success, stating that fentanyl and heroin are killing people in the greater Chicago area on a daily basis. And in the closing statement, John Roberts, DEA special agent in charge, was quoted saying that many of the drug dealers don't know what they're doing and they don't care how they're mixing it. They're just selling poison in our neighborhoods, and the only place for them is in prison. Reporting live from IMS News, I'm Ladarius Kincaid.
Thanks, Ladarius. Just when we thought the crazed pop star was out of the spotlight, he falls right back in. Justin Bieber now has an impersonator taking over. Sterling Cruz on that story.
A man who allegedly posed as pop singer Justin Bieber online has been charged with more than 900 child sex offenses, including rape. The 42-year-old man allegedly used multiple platforms, including Facebook and Skype, to communicate with his victims, Australian police said in a statement on Thursday. The man allegedly posed as Bieber to solicit explicit images from children under 16. Police said they found a large number of child exploitation material on the suspect's computer, and his offenses date back as far as 10 years. The alleged offender was investigated and arrested by the Argos Task Force, a special branch of police in Queensland, responsible for the investigation of online child exploitation and abuse. And the Canadian singer is in his final week of his Australia tour, which ended Wednesday, March 15th.
A Justin Bieber impersonator is being held on a $250,000 bail bond. He's being held by the Argos Task Force, in which the Argos Task Force includes that his offenses date back at least 10 years. Within that 10 years, the alleged offender has committed over 900 sexual offenses. And with that being said, he's being held in Queensland, and also the Canadian singer Justin Bieber is wrapping up his tour in Australia August 31st. This is Sterling Cruz with IMS News, throwing it back to the studio.
Thanks, Sterling. Is the GOP health law really being repealed? Leon Crawford is on that story.
The American Medical Association joined a growing list of medical groups rejecting the Republican plan to replace the Affordable Care Act Wednesday, saying it will hurt patients. The AMA said not only is the proposed American Health Care Act being rushed through Congress, but is loaded with unacceptable provisions, from cutting Planned Parenthood funding to repealing a vital public health fund. In a letter sent to the bill's House Republican sponsors, AMA Executive Vice President and CEO Dr. James Madera outlined specific concerns surrounding the proposed rollback of the Medicaid expansion under the ACA and the provision blocking patients from seeking care at Planned Parenthood. In order to get the bill passed, when presented to the House floor, no more than 21 defections of the bill can be made, 20 of those potential defections being that of the Democratic Party. In order to get the bill passed, when presented to the House floor, no more than 21 defections of the bill can be made, 20 of those from the Democratic Party. My name is Leon Crawford. Back to you guys at the studio.
That's going to be an ongoing fight for a while. Thanks, Leon. Well, the mumps is back, and it seems like it's back with a vengeance. In the northwest suburbs, there are some cases of mumps outbreak. Here's Christiana Slay with the story.
Mumps is a very rare viral infection that affects the parotid glands. It's so rare that there are less than 20,000 cases in the U.S. There are 3 severe cases of the mumps at Barrington High School. Healthcare officials believe that there will be more cases of the mumps as the days come along. One of Barrington High School's officials has the mumps outbreak as well. Lake County Health Department reports as of Wednesday, there are 4 reports of the mumps. 3 of them at Barrington High School and the 4th, an adult who lives in Barrington but has no relations to the high school. Victor Plotkin, an epidemiologist with the Lake County Public Health Department, had this to say. Lake County hasn't seen an outbreak like this in over 15 years. We normally have 2 or 3 cases per year, and with this outbreak, it's unfortunate, but we're optimistic. The most common symptoms of the mumps are fevers, headaches, muscle aches, tiredness, swollen and tender parotid glands. The health department wants everyone to have their vaccines up to date because in order for the outbreak to be over, there has to be no confirmed cases at the location for 50 days. I am Christiana Slay. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Christiana. He shoots and he scores. 5 high school basketball players were arrested for allegedly scoring sexual harassment. Leon Crawford has details on that story.
5 high school basketball players faces rape charges ranging from ages from 17 to 18. Attending South Haven High School in Michigan, the alleged victim is underage and she's believed to be 15 or 16 years old. Each act of statutory rape performed by these young men occurred during separate instances and not as a group. According to the person, the victim confided to some of these acts happening on school grounds, some in vehicles, and some at various homes. There is also believed to be a video of evidence. These young men may face up to 15 years in prison if convicted as of today. They have appeared in court and have been released on a $1,000 bond. My name is Leon Crawford. Back to you guys in the studio.
The state of Illinois owes CPS over $200 million after the state borrowed and spent the money for Springfield districts. Here's Sterling Cruz with the story.
Mayor Rahm Emanuel on Wednesday detailed the fallout he attributes to Chicago Public Schools making good on a $634 million pension payment. 1,050 workers will lose their jobs, 350 vacant positions will be eliminated, and several education programs will also be slashed as well in a result of a $200 million budget cut. Emanuel also proposed a $175 million property tax increase to help pay for teachers' pensions, but only if the state and Chicago's teachers chip in as a part of what the mayor described as a grand bargain to put an end to the district's perennial money woes. Much of that plan would also require approval from the state legislators, who remained gridlocked over their own budget problems. The district used borrowed money to make its massive pension payment Tuesday after the failing to win an extension in Springfield. Emanuel said that even with layoffs and cuts, schools will open on time and the classroom sizes will not grow. Emanuel blamed the district's tenuous financial position on years of lawmakers in Springfield allowing City Hall to put off pension payments.
Teachers in the state and also CPS paying off their own pension plans as well. This is Sterling Cruz with IMS News, throwing it back to the studio.
Thank you, Sterling. Up next, after break, we have our international reports, business, and we'll be right back.
AJ, I need these reports on my desk by the end of the day, or guess what? You're fired, buddy.
Hey, man. You okay, bro?
My boss really stressing me out.
Try this.
I don't think it's gonna help me.
Just try it.
For life's bleachable moments.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Man, oh man. Mom, we have a situation.
For life's bleachable moments.
I'm going first. No, you're not. You went first last time.
Why are those lines on my floor?
A distance contest. I already made it from this line.
For life's bleachable moments.
What are we missing here, Janet? Because with citrusy peel shine, I might as well be spraying orange juice on grape juice. Get serious. Get a cleaner with bleach in it. That's right. I'll get it. Clorox. Bleach means clean.
Why am I so devastated? Lee Handsome? I'm in a fragrance ad, and my sweetheart's gone sayonara. This scarf, all that's left to remember.
What? She washed this like a month ago. How's the guy supposed to move on?
The long-lasting scent of Gain Flings.
Why am I so devastated? Lee Handsome? I'm in a fragrance ad, and my sweetheart's gone sayonara. This scarf, all that's left to remember.
What? She washed this like a month ago. How's the guy supposed to move on?
The long-lasting scent of Gain Flings.
Thank you for sticking with us. In Brazil, 2-year-old Sofia Fernandez was shot while in the play area of a restaurant in Rio. Sofia was a victim of a police chase that led nearby the restaurant where shots were exchanged, hitting Sofia in the crossfire. As other parents was grabbing their children and taking them to safety, Sofia's mother, Horacia Fernandez, screamed her name, but no answer. Felipe Fernandez, Sofia's father, searched the play areas, tunnels, and more to find his 2-year-old daughter has been shot in the face on the other side of the slides. In Germany, people attacked in Dusseldorf, Germany, a man who injured 7 people with an axe at a train station in Dusseldorf has been arrested, police said. Police described the suspect, who lives nearby Wuppertal, as a 36-year-old man from former Yugoslavia. Of the 7 people wounded in the Thursday night attack, 3 suffered severe injuries. 2 women were among the injured. Police believe the suspect acted alone. Police also said he was driven by ISIS propaganda.
See my script. Neon pink water began flowing out of the taps in a small Canadian town earlier this week, startling residents. The odd hue that surfaced in Onaway, Alberta, was likely caused by an automation or valve problem at the local water treatment plant. The mayor's office said because of this issue,